And yeah, welcome back to Evil Popcorn. And it's another conversation. It's Evil Popcorn Goes to the Movies. We don't know what to call it yet, but
Woo!
yeah,
It's a good name. I like that.
yeah, cool. I like it as well, actually. Um, and yeah, myself and the Baron. Baron, how are you this evening?
I'm well, thank you. It's a pleasure to see you again. It's been such a long time since last night.
It's been a minute since we recorded, so let's do the
True.
obligatory, happy new fear to everyone
Yes. Happy New Year to everyone.
out there. Yeah, I hope it's going okay. 2024, that it's not too messy yet. Give it a chance, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Um,
the year is yet young.
the year is yet young. The year for horror movies started off a bit messy though. What we're doing with this
Uh,
gimmick is we've decided to do a new thing. We're going to go see all the new horror movies that are officially released at the cinema that are getting a theatrical screening. Yeah. Um, as much as we can, as much as humanly
yeah.
possible, and all that sort of thing. So we started off. It was released here January the 5th. Blumhouse's and Atomic Monsters. That's James Wan's company, and what's his name? Jason
Yeah,
Blumhouse.
Jason Blum. Jason Blum.
Jason Blum. Yeah, that's it.
Probably should
Uh,
know that.
I've got it written down here somewhere. Yeah, but I forgot. Never mind. It's their first official film under their merger, which happened January the 2nd this year. Yeah. So it is
Yes.
kind of a good, kind of official kind of coverage we're doing here because it kind of needs to be done because,
Yeah.
those are two big companies, whatever you think about them. Yeah. But we'll get to
Yeah.
that as well. Yeah. So yeah, they released Night Swim for better or worse. Um,
Uh, yeah. Hmm.
yeah, please,
So,
please,
so
Baron.
you can see our backgrounds. I've got the young boy from the film, and I believe the Mr. Popcorn has the shot from the short film that Night Swim is based on.
Yeah, from 2014, the
Mm.
short film. It's Bob Blackhurst. Yes. So Bryce McGuire is the guy behind the
Hmm.
short film and the feature. Yeah. He sold it
Yes.
to James Wan, Atomic Monster in 2018, made now or whenever. Don't know any of the kind of, if there was any pandemic details wasn't mentioned.
No.
Probably not. This one sure didn't take long to make. Uh, I'll try and keep
No.
I'll try and keep the sarcasm out. I'll be an objective journalist here, Baron,
Look, should
as
should
much as
we
I can. Yeah, the
should we
initial
put the
thoughts.
people
Let's go.
should we put the people out of their misery as to what we actually thought about this rather than dancing around the topic?
Yeah, please. We've got to. Yeah, because I
Okay, look,
can't
folks,
otherwise.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look right at you. I'm gonna look right at you. Now, this isn't a terrible movie, but it's not great. Uh, I've seen worse. I've been in worse, but for a film released at the cinema commercially, there's a lot wrong with it. A lot wrong with it. And I
Stuff.
couldn't. I couldn't narrow it down to any one particular thing, but it seemed like to me, all of the elements that should have been good didn't seem to work together to create a good whole.
Uh, yes, that's very well put. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's the writing which is the kernel to do a
Okay.
popcorn metaphor. The kernel of the problem here, and it all spans from that. And
Yeah.
also that combined with the director making it up on the fly. I don't know what the
Okay.
production conditions, to speak seriously on that. We never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both of us
Yeah.
know that can affect a film.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't want to be here to shit on a film either,
No.
as well. Never. And January, this is fairly new to me, this knowledge. I don't know how much you've heard about it there, Baron, but then in terms of releases, January is a kind of dumping ground, especially in terms of horror. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
This off here, you said this was 15 million. Yeah.
15 million was the budget. It has already made that back
Yeah.
with
Double.
the opening weekend and the international ticket sales.
which
So it's
is,
made a profit.
yeah, which I'm happy for the people involved, but it's also concerning that this is going to kind of, um, I mean, so there's that with January, just a standpoint. So there is
Yeah.
that with January, you know what I mean? Maybe it wasn't given enough production attention. You know, here you go, haunted swimming pool, make it so, make it work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I'm sure, you know, when you get a big, you know, when you get what was it, 15 million, yes, to make a film when you've just made a 4-minute short film with you and your mate in the backyard, which was
Yeah.
just to digress slightly, beautiful. Like
It was.
you know, it
It
was
was. It was
definitely,
amazing.
yeah, yeah. And it summed it all up, the whole concept of the feature succinctly, visually, aesthetically pleasing.
Yep.
Um, maintained all the beautiful cinematography, the atmosphere, which is one of the few saving graces of the feature. But
Yeah.
that's the cinematographer.
Like
Um,
the short was genuinely
please.
creepy.
It
Was
was.
genuinely creepy. And there were moments of that in the film. Like there were some genuinely creepy moments in the feature.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um the production you can't fault the production. Like being a $15 million film, you can't fault the production. It looked great. The locations were excellent. The sound design was good. The
Mm-hmm.
cinematography was good.
Mm-hmm.
Uh I couldn't nail down
Yes.
any one particular performance that was bad. Uh, no one sets out to make a bad film. Well, apart from Uwe Boll from the past, who set out to make bad films because of a loophole in German tax law. So yeah,
If I could just quickly, the DOP, I'm not sure, I couldn't with the short and virtually impossible to find any information. It was hard enough to find it on the feature, being such a new
yep,
release that it is. The
yeah,
cinematography was very good, so I'm sure maybe Bryce McGuire, yeah, the director,
hmm
um, you know, worked well with Charlie Seraph being the DOP on this
yep,
film, who has worked on Smile, which I just saw a couple of nights ago, and I
hmm
was really impressed, like really surprised,
okay,
way better than I thought it was going to be, and
it's on my
particularly
list.
in the sense of the cinematography to enhance the creepy, insidious fear, the creeping fear, and the. Really good. And also Relic, which we will be reviewing upon Scream Queen's return. Yes, she's back in the country, conquering Tokyo. And hopefully all going well, we'll be at Evil Corp filming again. If not, we'll certainly be here on Zoom. So yeah,
Yep,
so a nice little linkage I thought there. So this guy knows what he's doing. Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I mean, looking from a purely cinematic perspective, like the film was very pretty. Like it,
Mhm.
there wasn't a waste. There wasn't any wasted shots. Um,
No, yeah,
I
sure. Okay.
like everything that was in the film needed to be in the film from a
Yeah,
cinematic perspective.
a
I
cinematic
I
perspective. Yes, because
I
if
I
we go
think
in
I'm
terms of the writing, cool.
yeah.
Anyway,
So I
carry
think I'm
on.
coming around to your side of the argument there with regards to the writing. So the it's another one of those triple threat films where it's like Maguire was the producer, the director, the writer, and one of the
Yeah.
screenwriters of the film. So we're
Okay.
looking at he's wearing four hats,
Thank you.
which can't have been easy.
No, no, it's not
But
easy to make a film. That's what let's just have that as a tenet of Evil Popcorn here. We know it's not
oh yeah,
easy to make a film.
no,
Yeah.
no, no,
Yeah.
no. And from that perspective, earlier you summed the film up beautifully by just calling it haunted swimming pool. So three words, haunted swimming pool. I don't think it warrants an hour and a half.
No, and I go on about that, how that's the perfect time for a movie. That's an hour
Yeah,
40. Yeah, that
yeah.
bracket. Yeah.
This film,
But
this film needed a werewolf.
yeah. Or like I think I said in the cinema that like it wanted to be, you know, Jaws. It wanted to be some
Yeah,
sort of aquatic horror, but couldn't afford it or
yeah,
didn't have the time. Because there was constant,
yeah,
there was references to Jaws. There was a shark
mm,
little puppet scene in
yeah.
the background.
Uh,
Constant
the boat.
references to water, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like the watermelon, the most egregious
hmm
example. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and then the spoilers, yeah. Yeah. water itself, swimming pool and water, that relationship. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So there's
So
some
the writing,
stretches.
just the writing,
There's
yeah.
some
Um,
reaches. There's some reaches that go out
yeah,
to water in another place, like that just sort of didn't fit
yeah.
the
Mm.
story.
That's what lost me completely. It's like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm done. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because that's really simple. Because that's the law. And one of my favorite things in horror movies, and I think it is, I would argue, one of the essential tenets, in the top 10 anyway, is a nice lore to things. And that
Mm.
goes for all kind of genre stuff, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And if that's not, you don't have to spoon feed and point arrows to piece it together, but there are nice, subtle, ambiguous ways of doing it, like
Yeah.
Smile did. Yeah.
Okay.
That's, yeah,
I have
yeah.
to
So
I have to watch that. I have to watch that because I know the sequel's coming out as well really soon.
yes, it's, and that will be released here. That's why I decided to sit down and watch it. So is Winnie the
Okay,
Pooh
cool.
too, and I don't want to watch Blood and Honey.
Blood and Honey too.
I know I'll hate it. I know I'll deeply hate it. Yeah, but anyway, that's
Uh,
another thing.
Look, if you're
Um,
gonna watch that kind of movie, just watch Willy's Wonderland again.
yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
That's definitely better. Um, but yeah, so and also the family, the familial relations, the family. Um,
Yeah.
that wasn't very well put together, that sort of thing. So there was
Uh,
no stakes there because there was, we
yeah.
didn't care about them. They didn't seem to care about themselves or each other. No, more each other. They were quite
Yeah.
self-absorbed a lot. I think because of the problem with the writing, you had some decent actors on this.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
talk
Kurt
talk
Russell's
about
son, Wyatt Russell.
yeah,
Yeah.
talk about him because he's some star
So
power. Yes, please.
he's a Marvel guy. He's just come off doing the Monarch TV series, which was amazing, where he and his dad play the same character, but just like one from the 50s, the other one from now. It's
Okay,
and it's an amazing performance that they both give. And
that's cool.
uh,
That
I
is
saw
cool
I
casting. Yeah.
I saw an interview with the two of them. They did an interview on one of the Daily shows or something in the States, and Wyatt Russell comes out on stage with his dad, and he's for Night Swim, he's got a beard. Obviously, he's let it grow since he finished filming Night Swim, and he looks like nothing so much as exactly what his dad looked like in The Thing. So if they were
Okay.
ever
Okay.
going to
Yeah,
do a period piece sequel to
that's
The
cool.
Thing, they'd have to get him.
Ooh, mm.
I mean,
Carpenter
I
would
know
have
they,
to be involved.
yeah, I know they did it. Well, he's only ever done one sequel, and he didn't like it.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, but no, look, okay.
Mm.
I won't say that I regret seeing this film, but I won't be watching it again.
No, no, even though we had sorry, let me just get to it's a conversation here, people. We're keeping it loose and my notes are a bit sprawled all over
Yeah.
the place. That's
One thing for Australians though, that you'll
yes,
appreciate
please.
is there's a school in this called Harold Holt.
Mm.
Um, Now, Mr. Popcorn wasn't aware of this coming from New Zealand, as he does. Harold Holt was an Australian Prime Minister. I use the word was advisedly because in 1967, I believe it was the 17th of December, 1967, Harold Holt, Prime Minister at the time, went for a walk on the beach, decided he was going for a swim, disappeared, never to be found.
Wow,
Uh,
okay.
so so that's it. That's our link.
Aliens. Correct.
Well, the prevailing thought at the time, and since, was that he swam out to sea and was met by a Chinese army submarine, Chinese Navy submarine, and was a spy for the Chinese government.
Huh.
So at 10 p.m. on 18th of December, the Governor General, Lord Casey, announced that he had terminated Holt's commission as Prime Minister upon his presumed death, and a police report issued in early 1968 made no definitive findings about Holt's death. So there's a couple of mentions of this Harold Holt, and I had a little bit of a giggle when I heard that. So for our international watchers and listeners, international readers. Oh, I like calling our fans readers. Yeah, okay. So for our international readers, um, Yeah, he was Harold Holt was an Australian Prime Minister who disappeared under strange circumstances at sea. So I think I hope that it's a link back to that. That's just a little bit of a nod and a wink to the Australians. If it's not, it's a big coincidence.
Yeah, no. And there was a song. I don't remember what it is. I tried to. I'm not that
Oh,
invested in the film to listen to the whole soundtrack. We saw it last night.
yeah,
But there was
yeah,
a song. Remember, we had an Australian kind of almost ochre or in the BMW
yeah,
van, combi van type reference traveling around Australia. Yeah,
yeah. This is
cold
a
chisel esque, if you will.
yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
a little bit of a banger. So some good music in the film. I enjoyed the music.
Yeah, score. Yeah, soundtrack is well, not
Mm,
what's it, sound design. Sorry, better way to put it.
yeah,
Yeah, good, effective cinematography, good, effective actors. I think tried their best overall. I don't really want to
yeah,
crap on it in because there's a couple of youngins.
yeah. And
Kerry
I thought
Condon,
the
the mum.
kids did really well. Kids did really well.
Um, Kerry Condon, the mum, also brings some star power. She is from Banshees of Inisherin. She's
Oh
nominated.
yeah.
Yeah, Oscar nominated for that for Best Supporting
Mm,
Actress. She's also the youngest actress to play Ophelia at the Royal Shakespeare Company
okay.
production of Hamlet 2001 2002. And I could see that she was trying her best with material that she was working with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
for those people that are still reading, I'll give you a little bit of a tag on the storyline if you're interested.
oh, I
Forced into
see
early
readers.
retirement.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
Sorry, bit slow.
yeah,
Carry
okay.
on.
Yeah, so good. Forced into early retirement by a degenerative illness, former baseball player Ray Waller, played by Wyatt Russell, moves into a new house with his wife and two children. He hopes that the backyard swimming pool will be fun for the kids and provide physical therapy for himself. However, a dark secret from the home's past soon unleashes a malevolent force that drags the family into the depths of inescapable terror, which isn't. Oh, it's not entirely untrue. Like normally with something like this, you would say just stay out of the pool, but the pool kind of follows them onto the land a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's so much baseball talk in this film.
Oh, the baseball, Baron. The baseball. I didn't understand. Why there
Oh,
was all this,
yeah,
all the emotional kind of weight of the stakes. Yeah,
yeah,
was placed upon him being an ex-baseball player. Then, yeah, and the flashbacks, and here, I'm sure why it's. No, I don't want to. There was too much baseball. I didn't pay for
yeah.
baseball.
It
Yeah,
it was a lot of baseball. There was a lot
a
of
lot of
baseball in this
baseball.
film for a film set around a pool.
Yeah, sorry, that wasn't articulated at all with their readers.
Um,
It was just
but, but
baffling
and
the amount of
and
baseball.
readers, if you think it's just us being curmudgeons and not liking new
No,
horror,
it's not.
Um, we were sitting in the cinema, and with about five
Yes.
with about 5 minutes left to go, one of our co-patrons got up, announced loudly to the whole cinema that he was not happy, and he left.
Yeah.
Um,
And
so
yeah,
yeah,
after saying, oh, that was a shit movie. And then yeah, 2 minutes before the end. And with the ending, we won't spoil it because if you
yeah,
do
no,
see
no,
this, the ending
yeah,
has to be
yeah,
seen to be believed.
to be believed, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But and make your own decisions up. Like you might enjoy
Yeah,
this.
please,
This might be
please.
your jam. We don't want to yuck anyone's yum.
You can take the kids to this fine. If they've got a
Yeah,
predilection towards such things, perfectly safe.
I,
I don't know
I,
what the
I would.
rating is. It's PG-13 at the most.
Yeah, yeah.
Baron?
And I would though, if kids have got a bit of the dark thalassophobia, the fear of water or dark water, that sort of thing, probably not take them to this. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
there's no gore. There's a little bit of blood. Um, uh,
That's the one
not
thing
a,
they did get right. The
yeah,
cinematographer, he said that he inspired by Bill
yeah,
Baxter. Sorry, my apologies. They're Australia. Bill Butler's work on Jaws.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And the director McGuire, he was into Poltergeist. He said Blumhouse films, but he's just kissing ass there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
um, sorry, Poltergeist, Jaws, The Abyss, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
mm,
Um, yeah, so you can see it. And they did it. That's the one effective part, and the actors were trying their best. That's why I don't think this is the worst film in the world either. Yeah.
No, no.
Um,
Yeah,
but
I
it
don't,
does
like I said, I don't
concern me.
regret seeing it. I don't
It
regret
does
seeing it.
concern me that this is the first thing that this merger between Blumhouse and
Mm,
Atomic are putting out, and the fact they want to double their output that was released
mm,
recently as well, press
yeah.
released. Yeah, but make it quality because you used to be mostly nothing but quality.
Mm,
And I don't know about you, Baron, but over the past, from both of these companies, these production houses of recent times, I've been, oh, are they releasing something? Are they? Okay, may watch it on streamer without being too harsh.
yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
this is I'm never watching this again.
Yeah.
Just to be blunt.
I I would happily rewatch the short a number of
Yeah,
times.
please watch it. Please check it out. Because this
Yeah,
guy's
yeah.
not a bad
It's on
director.
YouTube.
I'm sure there
It's
were
on
bad
YouTube.
circumstances, harsh pressure, a lot of pressure. I'm sure was behind this. I've got that feeling because the short is
Yeah.
good, but it is a limited thing because we do have to state it. I'll state it anyway, speaking for myself, Mr. Popcorn here. That we are
Hmm.
working with the base concept of a haunted swimming pool.
Yeah. Haunted
Yeah.
swimming pool. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say that again. Haunted swimming pool.
Yeah. Don't insult our intelligence, Jason and James.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's enough. That's enough harshness with the negative, with the critique there. Please check it out. And if you've got kids, feel free to take them. It's safe.
Yeah.
Do we want to
It's not
rate
awful.
it? Do we want to rate it?
Look, I can't in good conscience give a film that I've just said all those things about more
Mhm.
than like a burnt. Like
Yeah,
it's a one. It's a 1 out of 5.
it's a one. You're going one.
Yeah, I
Do
go
I
as
be
high as one
nice?
and a half.
Yeah.
I go as high as 1.5.
Yeah, no, I've got to
Um,
be more, you know, critical with it as well because of the way it seems to be just slapped out there as a cash grab as well. So
mm,
I'm critiquing not the artists involved, not the
no,
practitioners involved. I'm
no,
critiquing the way this seemed to be churned out a little bit. Yes, Jason James.
yeah,
Love that you exist,
yeah,
but don't take the piss. Yeah, this is
mm,
just me speaking.
yeah.
Um, sorry, Baron, what are you landing on?
I'm gonna go on a 1.5. 1.5. It's between 1 and 2, so it's between
Yeah,
what burnt and
and flopcorn.
flopcorn. Yeah, so that's
That's
yeah.
not tasty. That's
No,
quite
it's not
gross.
tasty. It's not
That's quite
tasty.
gross. Yeah, I'm going to do the
Uh,
same. I'm going to do the same. I was thinking just flopcorn, but no.
yeah,
There's some really dumb choices, especially in the writing. Someone pointed out, who was I watching? Um, Film by Comics, I think they were called. Sorry that I don't remember. I'll put it in the notes.
okay,
That the director was making it up on the fly, feeling because of that maybe external pressures again.
maybe.
But yeah, no, there was some really kind of silly bad choices, and I don't like the way it was put out, so I have to say 1.5 as well. Yeah, no, this was kind
Yeah,
of disgusting. Yes,
yeah.
but it
I'd
was
love to give it a
please,
2. I would
yeah.
love to give it a 2 with the addition of having now seen the short, but
Mhm.
I can't in good
Mm.
conscience give it more than the
Yeah,
1.5.
yeah. So but yeah, everyone do more stuff. We will continue to watch what all of these people put out.
Yeah, yeah,
And Atomic and Blumhouse continue, but just do better. Yeah, just do better.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think in this case. Yeah, so that's that for Night Swim. Yeah, it's Australia. We're here in Brisbane. I'm sure it's the case in the other states. Go
Yeah.
check it out.
Yeah.
America, it's there as well. You're already starting to review it. Just off the top of my head, I'll be sure to note this down in future, you know, even popcorn goes to the movies. But shout out Spooky Astronauts, Cody Leach, Possessed by Horror, and film comic adaptations. Yeah, they're just the few of the ones that I just watched reviews and just kind of, picked up things here and there, that sort of thing. And ones that I watch on the
Yeah.
regular, just in general, shout them out.
I generally listen to a podcast from Gamefully Unemployed. where they do movie and TV reviews and that sort of thing. And the
Okay.
podcast I listened to this morning said that they were going to do Night Swim next, so I'll be interested to listen
Yeah.
to that
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Spooky Astronauts is Australian. She's in Perth. So yeah, Australian horror fans definitely check her out. Yeah, she's one of my faves. Yeah, so that's so there we are. What are we going to call the fans? Yeah.
good question.
I was thinking,
Popcorners, Colonels.
yeah, but that's too military, I can't sound think for saluting and that sort of
Yeah.
thing. There was
Mm,
children from Children of the Popcorn came into my head, but children, you just it's yeah,
yeah.
it's a rough area. Um, yeah, we'll think on that. We'll think on that. But yeah,
Chewers.
so
No. Crunches. Snackers. No. We'll think of it. We'll do it offline. I'm sure this is
yeah,
sterling.
Sterling, yeah,
For everyone to watch.
Um, what's
Yes.
better, what's more interesting is our top 3 anticipated films for 2024.
Yes.
Yeah, I think in some respect, if we don't cover, we will talk about, mention on the fly and passing on other episodes, conversations. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll go one by one. Why not?
Okay.
I'll
Finishing with
start
our
off.
tops.
Yeah, finishing with tops. Yes.
Okay.
I will go for Terrifier 3. Yeah.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
Good call. I've enjoyed the first 2 and looking forward to the third one. I figured you'd have that, so I haven't mentioned it.
Okay. Yeah.
So the one I will mention first will be the remake of Nosferatu.
Yes, that's on my list. That is on my
Yeah, yep.
list. That's my number 2 as well, was we're rolling.
Ah,
Yes, that's my number 2.
okay.
Yes, Robert Eggers, I
Nice.
think, is the perfect person to do this, to do the remake, definitely, being the filmmaker who I've enjoyed all his films, some more than
Mm-hmm.
others, but still really enjoyed all of them. Really enjoyed all of them.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, then
I think, yeah,
my
please
second
go.
is Godzilla X Kong. I
Oh,
like a
okay,
good
sure.
giant monster
Yeah.
film. And the more giant monsters we have bashing other giant monsters, the happier I will be.
Okay. And we'll go, and then we'll do our ones now. Then we'll go back and just talk about
Yeah.
talk about them. Okay, so my number 1 is The Strangers Part 1, whatever it's called. Look it up.
Okay.
So I've watched The Strangers. I watched the original one recently, and then the remake, not the remake, sorry, that they did the sequel, Pray at Night.
Yep.
Have you seen The Strangers?
I have not, no.
Are you familiar with their look? The trio with
Yes.
the masks, yeah. And I love a good mask. I love, I love good slashers. Yeah, just to emphasize the good there. And I am a sucker. I'm a mark for a mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a slasher. And these are very effective, very evocative. And the first one is very subtle, very understated. And it's not a spoiler, but fuck, I'm going to say, because it is compelling. I think it will compel people to watch it. When asked the justification for it, one of the strangers goes, "Because you are home." And I just
I love the
love
trailer.
that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
And then the second one they continue on, but I won't say how. Yeah, just watch the first one.
Okay.
And so I'm
Okay.
interested. The original dudes, people were coming back. I don't know what capacity, but yeah, I'm interested to see what will happen. And
Okay.
well, yeah. Anything you want to say about your 3?
Well, I've still got my top to give you.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. Go. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good.
How bad?
I'm really looking forward to seeing Lisa Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, Baby Goes Flying. Talk to me about that, because I've seen that's been popping up on my algorithm.
Well, the trailer looks really good. It's got a kind of poppy, kind of dark vibe to it. It's more of a sort of a teen horror romp where the main character, Lisa Frankenstein, appears to be building herself a boyfriend. And then he starts to look, from what I can see in the trailer, he starts to help her with her kills so that he can get better body parts. And across the trailer, he starts out really zombie looking, and then by the end he's looking a bit more sort of Johnny Depp in
Yeah, okay.
like Edward
now.
Scissorhands without the scissor hands. Like he's a bit more sort of
Okay,
gothy, a
sure.
little bit sort of new romantic,
Hmm.
that sort of
Hmm.
look. But yeah, the trailer looks like lots of fun.
Yeah, okay, cool, cool. And is the director someone not special but noted? I think
Oh, I don't
it's
know. I've not looked it up. I've been trying to avoid looking at information for it just because I want to go in kind of fresh. Same as I did with Night Swim last night. I tried not to watch the trailer. I tried not to look up
yeah,
any
okay.
information before I went it, so that way I wasn't predisposed to
Yeah,
anything.
I know what you mean.
Um,
I'm an info junkie, so I find that hard, but I know what you're saying.
all right, so Lisa Frankenstein. Let's have a look. IMDb, coming of age love story about a teenager and her crush who happens to be a corpse. After a set of horrific circumstances bring him back to life, the two embark on a journey to find love, happiness, and a few missing body parts. Okay, so writer was Diablo Cody, director is Zelda
Yeah, that's who I'm
Williams,
thinking of. Diablo
who is
Cody,
Robin Williams' daughter.
Robin Williams' daughter. There we go. And Cody did Juno and the
Hmm.
other thing she's famous for. I can't
Yeah,
think of
yeah.
at the moment, but she's an indie darling, indie film darling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stars Catherine Newton,
Scream Queen shout
Lisa
out. She likes
Soberano,
Cody. Yeah.
and Jenna Davis. So it looks like lots of fun. I'm just seeing if there's any other interesting cast. Nothing. Oh, Carla Gugino, Cole Sprouse. Anyone I've spoken to at various conventions? No, not really.
Cool, cool. Um, Terrifier, if you know, you know. If you're not already in, you're not in, and there's a lot of people already in, so I won't go into that. I'm interested to see how they up things, of course.
Mm,
I know they wanted to take it more back to the vibe of the first one. I
mhm.
loved the vibe of the second one. That's how I was sold. I thought the first one was fine. Okay, I get what you're doing there. You're doing a brutal throwback. All power to you, not necessarily my thing, but it was still very well executed. The second one I thought was just amazing. Just
Yeah,
amazing. Yep. So I'm
yeah.
interested to see what they do with the third.
I'll have to
Very
watch.
much
I'll have
so.
to watch them then.
Yeah, okay. They're brutal.
Mm,
Just yeah,
yeah,
heads up.
yeah.
I'm
That's
out of
okay.
yeah, just yeah. Yeah. Uh, about Robert Eggers with Nosferatu, he never wants to make a modern film. He always wants to do period pieces. Well, and so that works for Nosferatu. The
Yeah.
setting, you've got Skarsgård, Bill Skarsgård doing, Orlok, which is great
Hmm.
after his stuff with Pennywise. He's shown that he can pull
Hmm.
off, a non-speaking spooky character. William
Yeah.
Defoe is interesting, and of
Mm.
course, if you know Shadow of the Vampire, that's a little kind of
I
casting
love that
Easter egg.
movie.
Yeah,
Love that movie.
that's it's a goodie. It's a goodie.
Yeah. Nicholas
Um,
Hoult is in it. So yeah, Aaron
mhm.
Taylor Johnson, like, yeah, amazing. So
And
yes.
yeah, and The Strangers is the most effective home invasion movie I've ever seen. And I think that's one of the scariest horror subgenres when it's done well, because it's very
Oh
real,
yeah.
very
Well,
real.
because it's,
Yes.
I mean, you can have a creature from outside space and time, but not everybody
Mm.
will ever meet a creature from outside space and time. But you might meet a
Mhm.
house invader.
Yes,
So
that's why
yeah.
we lock our doors for that exact reason
Hmm.
at night.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very close
Uh,
to home. Yeah.
I got a
But
couple of
there's some,
honorable mentions.
yeah, please do, please do.
Uh, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. As
Mhm,
a member of the Queensland Ghostbusters, I'd be remiss not to mention it. Ghostbusters
mhm,
has a kind of history of sci-fi horror, so I'm going to count
mhm.
it. And Beetlejuice 2, I'm kind of looking forward to.
Are you kind? Yeah, are you? Because we're
Yeah.
of that age, we're of that era that we were there when it
Mm,
was, the biggest thing. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna remain hopeful. Gonna remain hopeful.
Mm,
Absolutely. The cast is good.
yeah.
Cast is good. Apparently it's revitalized Tim Burton's love of directing.
Good.
And he needed a defibrillator.
Yep.
Just quietly. Just
100%.
quietly. Yep.
I've got
Any
some. I've
others?
got some kids. I've got some kids playing in our apartment block pool. So if you can hear that in the background, that's what it is. It's not someone being
Not
murdered
at,
in the next room.
not at all.
Yeah.
Let me just double check here because my memory is awful. No, okay, sorry. One second.
Still good.
I
I
can
don't think
edit,
there's anything
of
that I had. I
course.
don't
I
think I had
can
anything
edit
else to
this,
bring
of
up.
course. Let me just have a quick look. I can edit out the dead air here. Oh, there's Maxine, of course, for people who are fans of that trilogy. I've only seen X. Yeah, there's X and Pearl, and now there's Maxine.
Ah,
Guy
okay. Yep.
West, Mia Goth. If Mia Goth isn't in too much trouble for throwing hands at people, doesn't surprise me. Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying not being a derogatory. I've seen Infinity Pool. James. Oh yeah, you're actually crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there is Mickey's Mousetrap, of course, is coming out because
Ah,
yeah,
yes.
that got snapped up straight away. Imaginary, it's a Blumhouse thing. I do like it. It's kind of childlike,
Oh, yeah.
nursery,
Yeah.
spooky,
Yeah.
yeah, stuff. Fingers crossed. There's the first Omen. We shall see. These
Mm,
these relooks at classic trilogies have not been going well. I think The Exorcist is done. Yeah, I think that's been
yeah.
shelved.
Yeah.
Scream 7, whatever's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
Uh, the Watchers, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter,
Mm.
Ishana Shyamalan.
Shyamalan. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, A Quiet Place Day One. That's the prequel. So we're retouching a lot of old ground here. Already tread on ground. Alien Romulus, I am looking forward to. Apparently,
Yeah.
they're going to take it back to its roots, get it more gritty. And Fede Alvarez is a good person to do that. I really liked his Evil Dead 2013. Yeah, I really like that a lot. Um, Smile 2, I am now very
Mm.
keen for. I will make that an honorable
Yeah.
mention while I'm at it.
We
Jared Leto,
we
I
did
don't
see the
care.
trailer. We
Hmm?
we we did see the trailer last night before Night Swim of Baghead.
Yes. Now that's involved with Night Swim somehow. I'm not sure if
So
is
that looks
did
kind of
you
interesting.
yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed for that one.
It's Bryce McGuire again. No, hang on.
Yeah,
He's one of the writers.
there we go. Thank you. That's the link I
So
was
Bryce
desperately
McGuire's one of the
trying to
writers. So
think of.
yeah. Lisa Frankenstein. One I Will Pimp that I've been looking forward to. That I heard about on a podcast. Is Late Night with the Devil.
What
It's
is
got David
that?
Dismalchian in it. So it is. It's
Speak to
really
me.
been really popular on the festival circuit. So it's 1970s talk show host kind of thing. He's on his last legs. He's had like a whole bunch of shit go wrong in his life. He needs a ratings win to try and get him out of the doldrums. And
Sure.
he plans to feature a girl on his show who's allegedly possessed by the devil. And it's like on Halloween night and all that sort
Oh
of stuff.
yeah. I think I've seen a trailer for
Um,
this.
Yeah, so
or
it's
snippets.
IFC and Shudder, but it is going theatrical before it gets to streaming. So we may get it here, but we may not. It might not reach Australia.
We will go see it, I think. Yeah. I'd be
Yeah,
keen to
if it
see that
does,
in the
definitely.
cinema. Yeah, that
Oh,
sounds fun. That sounds fun.
yeah, David Desmalchin's amazing. Amazing. He writes a series of comics called Count Crowley: Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter, where they're a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
I'm
Um,
piqued
I
by that name, by that title. Yeah.
I did there was a competition that he posted on what was then Twitter and is now X, but everyone is still calling Twitter, which was from within the next 10 minutes in your home, make yourself a horror host outfit and post it. So I did a ridiculous picture with like a scarf and like a skull face mask and a hooded robe or something, and I posted it up. And he sent me some trading cards with an autograph because I got like in the top 3 or something.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah.
So
No, I
yeah,
like
that
that.
that was that
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah. That is cool. That's cool.
Uh,
What's his name?
David Desmalchian.
Shout
Did you
out
ever
David. Yeah.
yeah, did you ever watch MacGyver back in like when it was
Yeah.
Richard Dean Anderson?
Yeah.
So
As a
remember
kid. Yeah.
his baddie was called Murdoch, and he was like the evil MacGyver.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In the
Yes.
remake, David Desmalchian plays the remake's Murdoch.
Oh, that's cool. I'd like to play
Um,
Murdoch. I still reference Murdoch to this day. He was one of my favorites. He was one of the first villains I fell in love with watching,
ah, he was amazing. Michael
TV before I become a
Desbars.
film fan.
Ah, he was
Yeah, yeah.
amazing. But and they
Good
he
stuff.
got to appear in the show with Michael Desbars as he was playing Murdoch and Michael Desbars was playing someone else. So yeah,
Okay. Okay. Cool. Definitely showing our age there. And here's me showing my age
yeah,
again with the Crow reboot.
yep.
Yes.
Looking forward
So
to that.
this is one. Yeah. So just I'll take a moment for Mr. Popcorn's Goth Corner. Goth Gripe. Yeah, that's it. Popcorn, Mr. Popcorn's Goth Gripe.
Yep.
The movie The Crow, the OG, yeah, I didn't like. I am a big fan of the comic, James O'Barr's original graphic
Yep.
novel. Like big fan.
Yep.
Yeah, it was when I was a
Yep. Same
teenager
here.
that was emotionally, yeah, very important to me, to say the least. I don't hate the original, soften with time and all that sort of
Hmm.
thing, but there was unnecessary elements and it didn't capture the grit, the desperation, that dangerously, suicidally poetic, violent energy vibe of the Crow, yeah, from the graphic novel.
Yep.
Um, we had Bill Skarsgård rather than Brandon Lee, rest in peace, this
Hmm.
time round. And I am hopeful, very hopeful, that they can pull it out of speaking for myself, the grave that I put the cinematic Crow in. Because there are sequels, of course, and
Yeah.
sure you've seen one or two.
I think I've seen all of them actually. I don't think I watched the most recent TV series, but I have seen all the cinematic versions of The Crow.
Okay. So if I'm stepping on any toes here, are you a fan of all
No.
the sequels?
They have varying qualities.
Okay. I didn't mind number
They're not.
4 with Angel in it. Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah,
pulpy, fun trash. Yeah, I didn't
it
mind
was
that
all
one.
right. It's all right.
But
Um, yeah, I'm the same as you. I preferred the comic.
okay, okay. But I don't. Again, you know, this any critique is treated with respect, especially for culturally
Yeah,
iconic stuff. I know a lot of
yeah,
goths out there who have some listeners of this podcast. This is a very important movie to them. So for your sake as well, I hope this is a goodie.
yeah.
Um, Now, Faces of Death, Barrett. You know
Mm.
what the original movies are. Did you ever watch them?
No,
Okay, you
should
never
I have?
watched them. No, no,
No.
no, no. No, but I was a scumbag teenager who did watch all of them and other such things. There was some, this sort of stuff which comes from Mondo films. Do you know what Mondo films are from the
Yeah,
60s? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the next generation of that sort of stuff. And nowadays you've got, bum slaps, and I'm even dating myself for an internet reference there. Whatever type of live action fighting is posted to whatever platform on the internet.
Sure.
Um, this was the 80s version on VHS. This was the VHS era, yeah, for that sort of thing. Apparently it's all staged, but when we were, 10 years old, sneaking around our friends' houses, each other's houses when parents were out watching this shit. Yeah, it was seemed pretty damn graphic. You know what it entails in general, though, yes? Baron? Oh, internet
Look,
connection.
they're sort of exploitation films, a little bit grindhouse, a little bit video nasty.
And just little
Oh,
scenes basically of people dying, little scenes of people dying. Am I back? Am I back? Hello, am I back? Am I back?
yes,
Yeah.
you're back.
Yes, like people falling off buildings, being hit by trains. There's a Tiananmen Square guy lighting himself on fire. They're throwing some historical shot
Ah.
stuff, hence Faces of Death. Yeah.
So hang on, so it's
So
kind of like the VHS version of Rotten.com back in the day.
yeah, there we go. There's another. That's a very good reference. Yes, for you, millennials around the 2000s time. Yeah, getting
Yeah.
onto the internet, 2000, 2005. Absolutely. Yeah, like a guy with chainsaw blades, getting real nice and close, the skull getting real nice and close with chopper blades. So yeah, point being that these things apparently were staged. That's a thing to remember. Is
Okay.
how they're going to turn them into a film now. That makes sense. A narrative,
Hmm.
fictional, if you will, film. Kind of interested.
So all right, I will make a prediction.
Okay.
I'll make a prediction. So basically, what we will get is we will get the production company that is making Faces of Death.
Mm-hmm.
That you will see them making some of these Faces of Death, and then actual
Mm-hmm.
deaths will
Understand.
start to occur around the production, and it will all go to hell.
That's evil. I like it.
So
Yes, I
yeah,
like
so
it. I like
yeah,
it.
it'll be a bit sort of a meta narrative there, so to
Yes,
speak.
that's evil. That would be truly an evil film. Truly an evil
Hmm.
film. I'm just going to because the only other one that's here on this just random website that I pulled up that I haven't mentioned, and that's not what the fuck is this? Uh Return to Silent Hill. Any
I saw that.
interest?
Yeah, it's all right. I was never a fan of the games.
I'm a big fan.
Um,
I'm a big fan.
yeah.
Number two is my favorite of all time.
So I was back when the Silent Hill games were coming out. I was more of a first-person shooter. I was your Doom and Quake guy rather than your Silent Hill.
I like those as well. Yeah, no, I like those
Yeah,
as well. But in terms of what is it called? Back then anyway, horror RPG game, basically. Yeah.
yeah,
The atmosphere was superb. I thought the movie around 2007, whatever it was,
yeah,
the French chap, I thought that was really good in terms of a
yeah.
video
I
game
enjoyed that.
adaptation. I argue that it's the best one to date, but that's another story. That's a conversation really unto itself, really. This could be a whole episode.
Hmm.
Um,
Interesting.
and, yeah, if you have any thoughts, please speak up. Of course, I'm not trying to
Well,
silence
no, let's
anyone.
let's do a conversation about like horror
Let's write that
adaptations
down.
from other media.
Let's write that down. Yeah,
Uh, where's my
that's a
where's
good
my
from
thing?
other media as well as I like as well because
Yeah.
they're um pop heads,
Mm.
corn cornies, no
Pop heads.
cornholios just for now. We want to do other stuff aside just horror movies. Yeah, we're just doing it to get our feet, just to find our legs. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Horror
Uh,
adaptations in other media. Sure, that's cool.
Send
So
me a
I'm looking
message to the
forward.
group.
Long story short, thank you. I am looking forward to the new one because it is based on
Mm.
part two. Yes, which is again is my favorite film. Sorry,
Okay.
video game.
Favorite game. Yeah.
Yes. Just getting through to the end of this. Let's see if there's anything else on Salem's Lot. There's a new
Yeah.
Salem's Lot coming.
I
Okay,
just
this is just
rewatched
spiraling
the
back and
um the
forward.
1970s. I just rewatched the 1970s miniseries
Oh,
just
okay.
recently, and
Yep.
it is so slow.
Yeah.
I remember
They
watching it
are
as a
those
kid and
70s series. They are, man. When you go back to them, yeah.
terrible.
Um, Even
Yeah.
if you retread on like things like if I don't know if you watched as a kid, like Narnia and that sort of thing,
Hmm.
that yeah. I mean, like, still not no slight on the production, but it's just slow in today's lenses viewing kind of vibe. All right, so and other ones I'm looking forward to: Love Lies Bleeding. That's the new one from Rose Glass, who did Saint Maud. I was a big fan of Saint Maud last decade. That was one of my favorites of the last decade. Just saying, this is the Strangest Trilogy. Griselda, that's about the actual Griselda. I believe this coming out as a TV show.
Oh, if
that's
people
about
do
it.
get
That's
the
about it.
opportunity, if
That'll
people
do
get the
for now.
opportunity, check out Studio 666 as well. It's quite good.
Is that the Foo Fighters movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
Little bit like bittersweet, given obviously that the drummer passed away not long after it was released. But it's a lot of fun. And Dave Grohl can act.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Like comedically, like in a comedic role, yeah.
Comedic and pathos and drama.
Oh, brings the
Like
pathos.
it's good. It's better than it has any right to be.
Yeah, okay. Okay, nice. Another Insidious. Oh, come on now. Enough's enough. Enough's enough. The number one is Witchboard, the remake. Huh. A reimagining of the 1986 Witchboard there, Baron. You'd be familiar with that, yeah?
I was just about to say, does it need a remake? I suppose,
Yeah.
but it has been like 18. No.
No. Yeah. 1986.
Hang on. 1986.
2030.
40 years. Yeah.
36.
I can't maths tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Older than
Wow.
Scream Queen.
Yeah. Jeezly crow.
A bit. Yeah, okay. Director Chuck Russell. He did Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Blob. Mm-hmm. 3 is my
Those
favorite.
are two. Hang on. For those readers, that's two different films, by the way.
Yes.
Not Nightmare on Elm Street, semicolon, The Blob.
Yes. I forget that not everyone out there's, especially when it's just us, we can get really middle-aged on us now.
Yeah.
So we're doing the Australian horror series, we're doing the conversations, and we're doing interviews out there as well. Readers, let's just go with that for now. There's something in that. There is something in that. Check out. Okay. First of all, let's just get this out the way. It's. I do not know what happened. Yes. Basically went to log in under the regular details, the normal details, onto our YouTube account, and it generated a random account and could not get back into the other one. Yes. YouTube help, etc. Thank you for people who have suggested, even the bots. Thank you for the one that was said that your Facebook account is about to be taken away. Yeah, needed that first thing in the morning before I became conscious and realized this is bullshit. Facebook user, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. I don't know if you saw that, but yeah, that was, yeah.
This is the Facebook user, blah, 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 by the way.
Yes.
Scammers.
So, so all the stuff has been transferred over. We are now on YouTube. All the other stuff is fine. Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Whoever the fuck's using that. Thank you. All that's fine. It's just YouTube, yeah? And it's Evil Popcorn Podcast. And everything is at Evil Popcorn Pod. It's all been streamlined in that way. And for the one anyone listening out there, especially the dudes at Parku's Power Hour, your episodes are no longer there. It was like very poor production value. It was my breakup episodes as well, so I was just looked like a fucking wreck, and I didn't want them on there anymore. All good out there. But wanted to streamline it, make it moving forward and all of that. So that's why some are gone, but it's all nice looking now. Check out Jen Wexler's episode on the Sacrifice Game. That's our most recent episode. This will be, this is out now as you are reading. And we have The Relic coming out. We're continuing the Australian horror series. We're going to go Evil Popcorn to the Movies is going to continue. I like it. So more interviews and more conversations will happen. But yeah, I won't announce anything until it's set in stone, about to happen, that sort of thing.
Sure.
That's the
That makes
nature
sense.
of the beast as well. Yes. So when people out there, if you're busy, you're busy. You totally get it. Shout out to Case of Evil Corp. Hopefully all going good. We'll be there to film The Relic, if not definitely on Zoom.
And definitely go along to Evil Corp and go into the maze.
Yeah.
Open Saturday nights,
Absolutely.
Friday nights, the bar's open, and there's generally a tarot reader. There's some exciting stuff coming up there with some variety shows starting up soon.
Yes. Shout out Cade.
Yeah.
Shout out Cade for kind of like definitely, I wouldn't say, spearheading, that sounds too controlly, but which he's not doing at all. He's what's the word?
Facilitating?
Facilitating. He's definitely raconteuring, but in the in the nicest, best way, shepherding in a really cool way. More than grateful there as in front of our spook person there, really looking forward to what you have to bring to Evil Corp. So keep an eye on just at Evil Corp. Yeah, it will come up. And definitely check out the escape rooms all around town. Yes, I'm saying it. Go to all of the escape rooms. It's a cool little community and vibe. Shout out to Fox in the Box from across the road at Escape Manor. Shout out as well. They came over and visited us at Escape Manor whilst I was working, and they were great. They did Cabin 13. Yeah, so so definitely a full tide lifts all boats, whatever the saying is. Yes.
High tide raises all boats. Yeah.
That's well.
Better to light a candle than to curse the darkness.
Oh, that's poetic. Yes, thank you.
I got that from Kevin Smith, and I'm sure he got it from somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
very
yes,
cool.
and keep an eye out for me on Act React and Improv Queensland. But yeah, I've got nothing else exciting coming up at the moment. We'll be doing a Star Trek show later in the year, improvised Star Trek, and we will probably do another one of our D&D immersive theatre things at some stage in the near times.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. And also shout out Sarah for Minutes, which go there, check out their cool horror rooms there. Definitely doing. Shout out Kaz and Tiff and Lauren and Tara. Yes. The spicy shirt crew. Yes, thanks for coming to the birthday. And you too, Baron. Yes. I think this has gone on long enough. What do you reckon?
It's good. I think so. We should say come back, Sarah. So it's not just two middle-aged, middle-class white dudes doing a podcast.
Yes, which is the majority of podcasts out there. We need your energy here. Yes, and who you are here, absolutely. And popcorn heads. The Pirates of Popcorn. The popcorn
pop vinyls.
No, the
Evil Pop.
The people of the popcorn apocalypse.
You know what? We'll come up with something. Look, and if you're listening to this, I'm gonna talk directly to the camera again. If you're listening to this and you've got a suggestion for what Evil Popcorn fans should be known as,
exactly what I was going to say. Yes, go.
Put it on the socials.
Yes,
and we'll steadfastly ignore it. And if it's any good, we'll claim it was us.
Yeah, and we'll steal all of your fantastic ideas. We would love you to share with us on whatever you would like to cover, and be wide open. You know what I mean? Because the whole evil thing is not to be taken too literally. Just to state this as well. I know I did create it as well. It just doesn't mean dark and evil and spooky. Evil is also backwards. It also means live. Yes.
Yep.
So so anything that people enjoy, as long as it's not too skip through the daisies, or too commercial. You know what I mean? This is subculture, pop culture, counterculture stuff. All of that good stuff.
Needs to have a shadow.
Potentially look. Yes, needs to have a shadow. Yes,
needs to have a shadow.
Yeah. Well,
every silver lining has a grey cloud.
Yeah, cool. But
Oh,
now
well,
I think
I think we're good.
yeah, I think I'm going to go with this has been Mr. Popcorn.
Are we
Keep
good?
it buttery. Peace. Yeah. Did you hear me?
Okay.
Sorry, am I
Yeah,
coming
I did.
through?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Hello. What is your what is your what have you got a tagline yet, Baron? Have you got one set in
I
stone?
haven't got a permanent one. For
Okay.
tonight, I will say this is the Baron, and keep an eye out for the lifeguard.
Keep what? Say that
It's
again.
not keep an eye out for the lifeguard because it's a night swim. No, don't go night
Okay.
swimming.
The whole thematic thing.
No.
See, Scream Queen's better at that than us. That's why we need you
Yeah,
back,
yeah,
Scream
yeah.
Queen.
We
Yeah.
need you back, please.
Yes, yes. And
Um,
yeah.
so
And
so
mm,
my sign off will be this has been the Baron. Sign off to be advised.
I like it. I like it. And this is Mr. Popcorn resolutely sticking with keep it buttery peace.
Keep it buttery.
Whoa.